longer than me actually, been for about 10 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
With his whimsical anecdotes, travelling the country, and with his animations as well. First saw him in Manchester, and he was quite unlike anything I'd ever seen before. And I thought, when the time comes, he's got to come to Blue Walnut and do his thing. So it gives me a huge honour to welcome to Torquay, Torquay, Jamie Harry Scrutton.
Evening, everyone. So as you can see, this set is an accumulation of multimedia. I'm going to be kicking off with a standalone verse, and then I'm going to be handing it over to our projectionist to press play on the animations, where I'll be doing a live recital of the pieces. And they are stop motion animation based. They are completely created by myself, and they are hand drawn pieces which took about 3 to 4 weeks to create. And the pieces do consist of 800 to 1,000 drawings or photographs, and they're all based on my whimsical anecdotes. And except the one at the end, which is an experimental piece, and that incorporates me actively being involved within the drawing, and I'm interacting with it too. So kicking it off, I'm going to perform an anecdote which I've never performed before, and it was inspired by a friend of mine. She's joined a walking group, and she thought, because it was an over 60s session, she thought it was going to be a little exercise and a lot more beverage. And it's written from her perspective, and it's called The Walking Group. I joined a Thursday morning walking group. I thought, a little bit of exercise, then tea. Well, I didn't half get the wrong end of a stick. My oh my, it nearly killed me. I thought the over 60s had a life of pleasure. I thought this would be something I'd like. Well, I'm telling you, wouldn't I have opposed if I knew it was a 10-mile hike? Oh, do you know, I'm telling you, I was up to my neck in mud. My anatomy ached as I felt the wrath. The other women giggled at my expense. Even the bloody cows had a laugh. Boo! My legs used muscles I'd never worked before as I ploughed up countless hills. It didn't half destroy me in a dignity. It didn't half bloody kill. The other women nattered and laughed with joy, admiring the shoddy countryside. Well, I was ready to hibernate in Eve's pub to drink a gin and feel fortified. But that evening I returned home. Blisters eradicated my feet. So I cheered myself up. I went to the fridge. I got myself a treat. Then I decided that well, you know, the walking groups just aren't for me. The sessions are nothing but a sin. They are the devil's advocate on my precious senior health, so do you know what I've gone and done, ladies and gentlemen? Aye, methodical thinking. I've gone and packed them in. Thank you. I want to grow a man bun. I want to get with the groove. But the only predicament I have is that my wife doesn't approve. Yes, I'm a middle-aged fella, and I've developed this sudden phase. I want to fit in with the modern society and get with the craze. My wife reckons it would look. But how the hell does she know if she won't let me experiment with my style and let the dumpling grow? My roots are in adequate good condition. I've got a brilliant head of hair. I don't want to sit at home with a shaven scalp. It's a trim that I cannot bear. I'm prepared for my new appearance. I'm stored up with my lacquer and gel. But my wife is still against the idea. It's gonna make her like hell. I want to grow a man bun. I want to get with the groove. But that will never be the conclusion. You see, my wife doesn't approve. Thank you. Has anyone heard or seen them little toy miniature Granny Zimmer frame race? For some reason I came across one the other day, and I don't know why. Well, the other month rather, not the other day. And I don't know why, but it inspired me to write a kind of a derby racing anecdote, primarily based on these Granny Zimmer frame toy races. And here it goes. It's called the Granny Zimmer frame race. They are ready to rocket the hurdle, exhilaration pasted on their face. They are in for the crown, the Granny Zimmer frame race. It's every senior to their own, the competitiveness in their eyes. The biddies are in for the win, but who will qualify? The shroud of a gun, they are off on their way. Who will plunge for the finish? Who will save the day? Number 2 is scuttling up. She's about to overtake number 3. But number 1 could have a chance. My oh my, who could it be? Number 4 has fuel in her legs, as she is in it for upload. But number 2 is not far behind. Who will be the first to reach the post? Number 3 is the favoured, as she buckles upon her stride. But number 1 is taking no chances as she haggles at the side. It's an extremely epic call. It's an inch between their span. Number 3 is at the joyride. She's doing the best that she can. And of course number 1 has grabbed the first place. She's the first champion to grace the Granny Zimmer frame race. Woo-hoo! Thank you very much. Someone actually asked me if I was on weed when I wrote that. I went, no, I'm a little high, but I don't know what I'm high on. So, Mr. Projectionist, do you want to take it away? Sorry, I don't know your name. Yeah. And this one's about that dreaded fear of going to the dentist. Oh no! Trigger warning, it does make you a little squeamish. I always remember those horrid visits to the dentist as I sat apprehended in the chair, thinking about all of those needed fillings, wishing I had taken more care. I gradually opened up my mouth as trepidation spiraled erratically in my mind. Tweezers clanking in every dimension, terrified of what he might find. UL6, LL2, I hear him murmur, offering on LR9, he subsequently states. I'm clenching to receive salty, sweaty palms as I listen to my teeth still faints. In the prodding of the gum of a stranger's thumb, the scowl in his eyes which I see, the focus on my molar as I prepare for the worst, wondering what it could be. Is it a rotten tooth that has receded to the root? Will it be a pain-free extraction? Why is this tooth more important than the others? Why this sudden attraction? Then the tingling shroud of a buzz decelerates with a spin on my teeth. All of this examination is proving too much. What exactly is festering beneath? Why is he prolonging this inspection? Please tell me what it could be. Vehicles don't go through this much hassle when booked in for an MOT. He eventually tells me to sit up. I swell out my mouth. I prepare for the doubt. For another appointment to return tomorrow to have all my teeth pulled out. Quite the opposite became the conclusion. To keep rushing and persist. This happens to be my very own physicist. Goodbye, farewell, dentist. And here it is.
To book our funeral. One of the perks of being wed. I know we are in our 60s and it's good to be cautious, but I don't want to think when I might drop down dead. We may have 20 years left, he says. Tomorrow we may pop our socks. Then we need to be safe and sorry, he says, as he sits pondering about laying that box. The awkward varnished casket which I chose, the time it will become my homeward bound. You're also very pretty when I'm 6 feet under and buried with rats in the ground. The measurements and fixtures and approximates, my anatomy becoming an entangled warps. There is no use to feeling great at appointments like these because I come out feeling like a corpse. Well, at least I will know what my new habitat will be like. Right now I have no more strife. Today has knocked me off for 6 and I feel so drained and I feel so buried and alive. So I am going to wrap up this anecdote as I prepare for my reincarnation. This poem is to you and I hope to see you all at the wake with this personal invitation.
Thank you. That quote that made me create this piece as well. Oh, bless him.
following on, this next one is about a wife who has got a dilemma about her husband starting monobrow. It's called Monobrow.
How can I break it to my dear old husband? I need to release the silence, but I don't know how. That every time I go to kiss him, I'm invited to his sprouting bushy monobrow. He takes great pride in his appearance and he's everything that I wanted him to be. But I don't want that affecting our relationship and growing out of proportion at me. I try to fix for Diana when he's asleep, but I don't seem to have no luck. And every time he's awakened by the sound of my tweezers, whittling over him and start to fluff. He always reminds me that he's a man and many meant to true. But I wish he'd do something about it, or let it just sit with us in the room. But how can I break it once again to my husband? Does anyone please know how? I'm wanting to invite myself up for the kiss, but I can't, because of the monobrow.
Thank you very much.
Invented for spectacles. Now that will be the ultimate dream. I am tired of wiping my lenses every time when they fill up with so much steam. It mainly happens during the bleak winter period, when I come into contact with blistery ice. The Arctic temperature has a habit of intruding my view and I no longer see through my eyes. My penultimate predicament is when I catch a glimpse of an irritable, turpid smudge. Yet I am tired of wiping my lenses in order to get the obtrusion to budge. Handkerchiefs are the only tool to rectify the hitch. Now that will be the delinquent taboo. Piddling about all day and wiping your specs in order to achieve a better view. I have considered of upgrading my pitiful sight. I have pondered about getting contacts. At least I will be free from obstacles in my vision and my perception will be perfectly intact. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, I really do wish window wipers were invented for spectacles. It is a conception that is unforeseen. I am tired of wiping my lenses every time when they fill up with so much steam. And this next piece is called My Husband Has Booked Our Funeral. It's based on my grandma and granddad, and my granddad always said the day he retires he's going to take his wife to their funeral, which is really optimistic.
My imagination is like the bloody red horse. I meet the 60-mile-an-hour girl in the room. I get the gas masks that are ready and evacuate the premises, because we're preparing for Barstow School. I told him to control his bloody bowels. Every second he's letting them out. I told him to cut back on all of the veg, and especially, I'm always frowning with fret. I just wish this commotion would stop. Oh, he does it on purpose, and I'm out with a spray every time he'd let one drop. It lingers and haunts and stews. The vibration of the bed, it feels like the roadworks of the M62. He is very discreet about his nature. His back passage is like a gorge. My husband is well recognized for his legendary name, and that is...
About a woman who has got the hots for the TV commercial Mr. Muscle. It's called I've Fallen in Love with Mr. Muscle.
With typical skittish behaviour when my body begins to bustle, all in the fact that I've fallen in love with the one and only Mr. Muscle. How his passionate vibe shines when cleaning down my decks, as his toned articulate physique moves rhythmical with his pecs. I absolutely idolize his devotedness to cleaning, his pure dedication. I never knew in a million years I'd fall at the feet of the fictional animation. And every time he appears on the telly, he sends me into an ultimate lust of dreaming of his hard-crafted work of solving solutions, the master scientist of cleaning. Everyone reckons I'm crazy. I tell them that someday he'll save my fate. He's the heroic figure that loves the job, but I certainly hate. You can rely on his problematic fixtures. You can abide by his terms. You can depend on his assurance when he says he can kill your unwanted toilet germs. He assassinates those horrid spiders. He knows they drive me insane. He's a superhero with a professional touch of unclogging my crummy drain. He knows how to abide in a woman's animosity when her hygiene's repelling hell. He knows how to retrieve the optimism with his magical bathroom gel. So devotion my pathetic husband sisters, upgrade to a supreme. A man that can harbour the pressure and contain a vigorous hygiene. Experience the typical skittish behaviour when your body begins to bustle. All in the fact that I've fallen in love with the one and only Mr. Muscle.
And this one's about any husband who wants to sell their wife on eBay. And it's called I Sold My Wife on eBay and it's expensive.
The item between looks says it all. A 5'2" wife ready to trade. She's whining all of the time. She's getting on my moves. I'm ready to go for an upgrade. She's particularly amicable for her size. She's in a pretty good condition. But the only thing is, like I found her in a pub, so she's a second-hand edition. Well, she's no use to me anymore. Our romantic relationship has now become defect. So if you're prepared to buy a brand spanking new wife, she's here ready for you to collect. Explicitly specify that I'm willing to refund. So be sure if you're prepared to buy. Expect a confirmation delivery time 2 to 3 days, so dip into your pockets if you're ready to apply. So quick, hurry now for a bargain. She'll be no more sending me grey. I finally accomplished my wildest dreams. I've sold my wife on eBay. Thank you.
The next one is called Hurricane George.
I'm not passionate about plastic surgery, but I'd do anything for a nose job. I'd love to get the novelish nozzle rectified. If only I had to pick a bob. It's husky, it's ample, it's plump. It points like a high-peaked tent. It configures into various forms with dignified spectrums. It's revolting, it's skeletal, it's bent. It's a prominent velvety muzzle. It's a snout, it's a prickly prong. It's a snoot coiled with an exhibition of wrinkles. It's horrid, it's ghastly, it's long. It's my main perspective when I glance through my pupils. I look like a grey-haired grizzly witch. I'd love to get a nose job if I came into fortune. I would if I was happily rich. I've always wanted rejuvenation for years, so the NHS provided me with the best advice to allure me into a treatment which would operate kindly to reconstruct and decrease the size. I've seen its miraculous results. I've seen its talented craft of how fabulous an old midget like me could look like with its charismatic, eminent graft. I'm not passionate about plastic surgery, but in the medical world, anything goes. I'd love to get the knobbish nozzle rectified. My repulsive nutshell knows.
Thank you very much. And that one is actually getting screened in London tomorrow, Torquay tomorrow night. And this next one, and the final one, it's called The Day My Grandmother Roller Coaster. The day my gran rode a roller coaster, she nearly lost her teeth. She climbed 100 feet to the top of the pump and went down at the drop beneath. The train plummeted down the turbulent tracks and pierced the air with a shrill. As she closed her eyes and held on tight, not grasping the front north thrill. I've never laughed with so much wit as a bride who received the queen. The day Gran rode a roller coaster, she nearly lost her teeth. Thank you. And that's actually one of the audience choice awards for the Winter Gardens one.
So, just before I finish, I just want to say thank you to Robert and Samantha for inviting me down to Big Poetry. It's been brilliant, it's been a privilege and well worth the 11-hour coaching which I've got to do again all tomorrow. And is there any fans of Pam Ayres in the room? Yeah. I weren't going to do this one, but I just, she's an inspiration of mine, and this is one of the first poems that I came across hers when I grew a passion for her, and it's called Mixed Ward. The gentleman across from me is quite a jolly sort. His nightshirt's rather skimpy, his legs are rather short. He throws one leg to the left-hand side, the other to the right. Last time I saw a sight like that was on my wedding night. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Let's hear it again for Jamie Harry Scrutton. I'd like to thank you all so much for coming along tonight. This has been in association.